Hi everyone of YouTube, this is Eric, the Cyborg Team Forbidden coming with a deck profile from the future. About 2 weeks and a half from now. About a week from now, actually. I didn't want to wait until Genesis Impact came out for the US because it did unfortunately get pushed back to the 18th. But anyway, this is for Drytrons. Yay, one of the 3 themes from the Genesis Impact set. I'm not sure who else is going to be doing the other 2 themes, but we'll figure that out once the set releases in the US. Anyway, let's get on to it, boys. So starting off with the Drytron lineup, I'm going to lay them out all first. With 3 Drytron Alpha, 3 Drytron Zeta, 2 Drytron Gamma, and 1 Drytron Delta. All of these guys have the same effect to where they cannot be normal summoned or set, and they each have their own summoning effect, which is similar but also different at the same time. You tribute a Drytron or a ritual monster from your hand or field to the graveyard. Summon them out from either hand or graveyard. Well, you tribute from hand or field, and you summon them from hand or graveyard. But that I messed that up entirely. Anyway, upon summon, Alpha searches for any ritual monster you want, any ritual monster. Zeta searches for any ritual spell that you want. Gamma brings back another Drytron monster from your graveyard, and Delta is a draw. So that's why you only run Delta, because I mean it's good for a free draw, but most times you never want to you never get it off. There is another one that you don't play. That one does something with the banish pile, but you barely do anything with your Drytrons when they're banished. So those are the Drytron monsters. On to everything else. 3 Manju of the 10,000 hands. This card will easily be replaced as soon as we get that new Herald level 2 monster. I'm blanking on the name right now, but I'm sure most of you know what card I'm talking about. But as of right now, Manju over the new Herald whenever that comes out. And speaking of Heralds, 3 of Orange Light, your monster negation. Also, seeing that I'm running Heralds, I'm also running the Herald / Cyber Angel package in this deck. I opted to go for this version over the whole summon True King, summon Calamities with 3 or 4 negates on board. I don't like that version. On to the rituals. Starting off with 3 Cyber Angel Benton. It's the main one you're going to tribute off to get a digital search for a fairy monster. You usually never summon her out. You mainly just use her to just get rid of her to get a search or get a summon off. And the other Cyber Angel is one Natasha. I feel like she's very underrated because for those who don't know what she does, once per turn you target 1 monster on your field and you gain life points equal to half that monster's attack. So you just get your life points back. She can stop the attack onto any ritual monster. That effect is not once per turn either. So any ritual monster, including yourself, just stop the attack. And her graveyard effect is while she's in the graveyard, you banish one other cyber angel monster from your graveyard. Target 1 monster on your opponent's field. Take control of it, and then you summon her out. And that effect is also not once per turn either. So you can just steal a whole bunch of your opponent's stuff with it. Now for the Drytron ritual monsters, one of Meteoronus Draconids, and one of Drytron Meteoronus Quadrantes, whatever the fuck they label them as. These are the big beat sticks of the deck, obviously because they're 4K. They each have different effects. This one, during your opponent's turn, you banish Drytron monsters from your graveyard, whose attack equals up to either 2,000 or 4,000, and you send the same number of cards on your opponent's field to the graveyard. So it's non-destruction removal, but it unfortunately does target, so it can't out-dragoon, unfortunately. And then the other one is a Feather Duster. It just nukes up the back row. And its other effect is that if it's destroyed, you can summon Drytron monsters from your graveyard except for itself, whose combined attack equals 4,000. So you just bring back the monsters you used to summon it out with. And then the last set of ritual monsters, one Amor Factor Pain for the main phase 1 lockout on your opponent, and then double Herald of Perfection for obviously Herald negates and shenanigans. That's it for the monsters. Onto the spells. Obviously, with all the Drytrons being light machine monsters that cannot be normal summoned or set. 3 Cyber Emergency to search them all out. Triple Drytron Fafnir. This is the field spell for Drytrons. You could pretty much say this is Magical Meltdown for ritual monsters, because it's practically the same exact thing as the Meltdown. When it's activated, search out for any of your Drytron spells, and then ritual spells that they activate can't be negated or anything like that. So it's basically just Magical Meltdown for rituals. And its other effect is pretty situational as well, I think. Once per turn, if a monster is normal or switch summons face up while you control a Drytron monster except during the damage step, you can reduce that monster's level by 1 per 1,000. Level by 1 per 1,000 of its current attack, minimum level 1 for the rest of this turn. So that effect could pretty much kind of screw up your opponent if they're trying to do like any synchro plays or Xyz plays, because it kind of just changes all of their levels. But again, that effect is very situational. For the other spells, 3 Drytron Nova. It's basically just a quick launch for Drytrons. Just summons a Drytron monster out from your deck, and it gets destroyed during the end phase. That's it. 2 of the ritual spell, 2 of Meteoronus Drytron. So the whole gimmick for Drytrons is that they ritual summon any ritual monster using the attack points of the monsters that you control. Well, for this, it's mainly just using your own Drytron monsters. So since all your Drytron monsters are basically just like, they're all 2,000 attack, so it just pretty much just brings out any ritual monster that'll be it just brings out any ritual monster you want, basically. I can't really go much in more detail on that. Its graveyard effect is that you can target one Drytron monster on your field. He loses 1,000 attack, and you add it back to your hand. So the only reason why you're running 2 You could argue to run 1, but I think 2 is fine just in case if you get DD correct on one of them. So you always want to have a backup. Then triple pre-prep for the Herald. You could also run a regular preparation of rights. I couldn't find the room for those for right now, but once I do, I'll definitely throw those in. And the last one spells are the terraforming and the call by the grave. So that's it for the main deck. Onto the extra deck. Extra deck, I'm still working out the orders here and there. But for Link 1s, double Link Karibo. All of your Drytrons are level 1 monsters, so it just seems kind of obvious to run Link Karibo. Link 2s, 1 IP Masquerena and 1 Herald of Mirage Lights. Herald is a negator for any spell and trap cards that your opponent activates by discarding a fairy monster. And if if the Herald is destroyed, you can add up to 2 ritual monsters and or ritual spells with different names for your graveyard to your hand. So it also helps recycle back all your ritual spells and your other rituals. Then lots of links, 1 Nightmare Unicorn for the Masquerena, Appaloosa for Monster Negates, and 1 Boral Sword for OTKs. Most of the rest of this part of the extra deck is mainly for facing against Dogmatica, 2 Herald. If you're against Dogmatica, you just send these guys to your graveyard. You get searches out of it. Entis, again, face against Dogmatica, you send those, pop a card. Mechava and Nova, same thing for Dogmatica, send the Nova. Nova triggers, bring out the Mechava. Simple as that. And then for rank 1s, 1 Lyrilusk, assemble Nightingale. The reason why I'm running this because it is a monster that says direct attack, and everyone knows that a monster that says that can easily just bring this guy out on the field for free. Anyway, that is my current build for Drytrons, or as I say, Drytron in its alpha state. But yeah, definitely once we do get that new Herald monster, whenever we get it, I hope in Blazing Vortex, then the deck just changes dramatically in that. Anyways, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, click the bell to be notified on our future videos, and we'll see you all next time.